Yes.
Romance goes well with engagement, I think.
I think so. It ties in well.
I think you need it together.
Yeah.
Engagement involved poetry and writing and little treasure map clues, which we can go into more detail of.
I'm the type of person who likes to work things out. Would you say?
Oh, yeah,
I don't really like secrets.
No.
I kind of, if there's a bit of a mystery, I like to solve the problem. But you really kept me hanging the entire day. The most incredible thing was, I think when I knew for sure that this might have been the day, was when we did roll up to his beach house, and you kept telling me, oh, the movie's about to start, where you were trying to get me to get out there and get into the car and go, because we were late, a few minutes late apparently. So he hands me a spray jacket and he says, get into the car. I said, why do we need a spray jacket to see Anchorman 2? Well, we weren't going there. He took a detour, rolled up at a yacht club, because that's where obviously the cinemas are, and takes me onto a pier, takes me to the most beautiful yacht, and in clear view is this beautiful flag that says I love you on it. Our yacht was just casually sailing towards Portsea. So we were on this for about 2 hours. There was some cheese, fine wine, and I thought, he's going to propose. Yeah, no, didn't propose. I thought, Brendan throughout the day gave me a message in the bottle.
Key component.
Key component.
So I had about 7 or 8 bottles, and I created different little messages. I think the first one was something like...
sailing the 7 seas. Sailing the 7 seas.
Yeah, through the land, sailing the 7 seas, something out on the ocean. And yeah, across the course of the day, the key component of that beachside theme was having those 7 bottles and pulling them out at different points to sort of lead on a sort of treasure map hunt.
That's right.
We were going.
So this is when the next message of the bottle comes out. So we finished dinner and I see this really big one. It's probably the biggest one of the lot. And inside was a treasure map. I love treasure maps. I love them because I'm a Disney freak. I love those types of things. So, I got a bit excited because I'm a bit of a child at heart. By this stage, it was quite dark. Around 11 o'clock. Brendan took off for about 15 minutes, came back in a tuxedo jacket. It's a bit sexy, I'm just saying. And he said, we've got to go. You
were in the house. I was obviously at that point on the beach.
Yes,
setting
it all
that
up.
Stuff, all these tea light candles,
yes,
picnic rug, picnic basket, some of her favourite champagne, a bit of caviar.
Yes. Anyway, let's get back to the point because we could be here talking for hours. And so we reached each checkpoint, and pretty much every single checkpoint that we reached had a message in a bottle. Underneath had a battery-operated tea light with a photo of Brendan and I from a particular moment over the 4 years or 3.5 years at the time that we had been dating. And inside of the message in the bottle was a little memoir or a little message just sort of talking about why he loved that particular moment. And there were several of them throughout the entire way as we got to the back beach. And at this point, I was getting really emotional because, we were reflecting on the last few years together, and there had been some really amazing moments and some beautiful ones and relaxed ones. And I think with life you can get really carried away and you just get so caught up in what you have to do that you don't reflect enough. And I think, especially with us and our busy lives, it gave us a moment to just completely zone out and zone into this special, special moment. And I'll never forget that. I just thought it was so beautiful what you did. And
sitting in a space where literally there's no one around.
And there was no one around. I mean, it was really late at night, so who would be around at that time anyway? Well, there might have been like some insects and stuff, but apart from that. But it really was. It was just us, and it was really special. We were near a particular sand dune, which was near a cliff face, and I couldn't believe what he had prepared. I think I literally just stopped and went, what the? How on earth did he manage this?
I was actually surprised myself at what I had pulled off.
He did it all on his own. I mean, most people would actually get some guys to help out, or girls, or hire somebody, say, hey, can you help me set this up? No. Brendan didn't tell anybody about the proposal. So we arrive at the most beautiful picnic rug where literally there were several ornaments. Would you say, Brendan? Several ornaments lying down on the picnic rug?
Lots of ornaments, tea light candles, little stars, love hearts, little fairy lights hanging off the bushes and that sort of thing.
It was amazing. He will always write me the most amazing poem. Brendan is a brilliant writer, and this time was no exception. He gave me, I think you saved your best work to last, because this particular poem was just outstanding, and it was so beautiful it brought me to tears. So Brendan took out the poem from the message of the bottle and read it to me. And when he thought that was all, then what did you do, Brendan?
I pulled out some of our favourite, Michael Bublé, and...
No, we didn't play it in the background. What did you decide to do? You decided to...
sing to it, but we had it playing in the back. But yeah, Gianna's always wanted to be serenaded, so I thought, what a perfect occasion.
And I kind of have told him in the past, can you serenade me one day? There in the distance.
But yeah, I think just being in that moment on the beach, no one could hear me. If I sounded terrible, well, I sounded terrible.
And he didn't sound terrible, but I decided, because I love to sing in the choruses.
A bit of bias there, I think, a little bit of bias.
Thanks, Brendan. But I actually contributed during the choruses, so we kind of serenaded each other. And then when he thought that was enough, he then throws this blanket over my head and smuggles me out. No, he throws a blanket over my head, stands me up, and obviously had this blanket over my head, and I could hear him running up and down the sand dune, running going up and down, and I heard rustling in a box, like rustling, and I'm thinking, what on earth is he doing? Well, he takes off the blanket. By this stage, he's standing behind me. I look down at the bottom of this huge sand dune, and I see the words,
I want food. I'm hungry. No, it was.
I hate you. No, it was marry me in big battery operated tea lights.